You have heard of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, maybe even Rockefeller. But there was a man whose wealth made all of them look small. He lived centuries before stock markets, before central banks, before any modern billionaire list existed. His name was Mansa Musa, and historians still struggle to measure how rich he really was. If you believe you'll be truly wealthy in 2026 and beyond, say this out loud with me. I am no longer thinking like a victim. I am learning the wealth codes of kings. Now, as you listen, remember to hit like, drop a comment about the one wealth code you are claiming for yourself, and subscribe with a notification bell on so you never miss a new Forbidden Wealth episode. Some estimates say that if you adjusted his fortune to today's money, it would stretch into the hundreds of billions, possibly over $400 billion, enough to buy entire nations, not just companies. Yet, the most important thing about Mansa Musa is not the big number. It is how he built that wealth, through land, resources, trade routes, people, and vision. In this video, you're going to see how an African king became the wealthiest man in recorded history. And more importantly, what you can quietly copy from his playbook in your own life. To understand his wealth, you have to understand where he ruled. In the 14th century, Mansa Musa was the emperor of Mali in West Africa, a kingdom sitting on some of the richest gold fields the world had ever known. This was not a small tribal village. Mali controlled vast territories, major rivers, and crucial trade routes that connected the interior of Africa to North Africa and beyond. Gold, salt, and other goods flowed through his land like blood through veins. Imagine controlling the main highway that every trader must use. Every caravan that passed paid taxes, fees, or traded with your people. This is the first principle Mansa Musa mastered. Position. He did not simply own gold. He controlled the flow of gold, and he profited every time it moved. In today's world, that looks like owning the platform, not just being a user, owning the real estate, not just renting a shop, owning the distribution network, not just selling one product inside it. But Mansa Musa did not just inherit wealth and sit on it. He expanded. Under his rule, Mali grew through strategic conquests and alliances, adding more land, more people, and more resources to the empire. This reveals the second principle: scale through leverage. Instead of thinking only in terms of his personal labor, Mansa Musa used armies, administrators, and traders as multipliers of his reach. He understood that one man working alone can never build an empire. He built systems and put people inside those systems. The most famous moment that reveals his wealth is his legendary pilgrimage to Mecca. In 1324, Mansa Musa set out on a journey that would shake economies. Contemporary accounts describe a caravan stretching for kilometers. Tens of thousands of people, soldiers, attendants, and slaves. Dozens of camels and horses carrying hundreds of kilograms of pure gold. As he passed through cities like Cairo, he gave away so much gold, spent so lavishly, and donated so generously that he caused local inflation. Gold became so common in Egypt that its value dropped, and the effects were felt for nearly a decade. Think about that for a moment. One man spending change of value of money across an entire region. Today, when central banks print too much currency, it triggers inflation. In the 14th century, Mansa Musa's generosity and display of wealth had a similar effect. This teaches a third principle. Public proof of wealth creates reputation and opportunities. His pilgrimage put Mali on the map, literally. European mapmakers who had ignored much of Africa began drawing Mali and its king, sometimes depicting him as a figure holding a golden orb. That new reputation attracted scholars, traders, architects, and more wealth back to his empire. Modern billionaires do something similar when they invest in space travel, mega projects, or philanthropy. They use spectacle to attract talent, capital, and partnerships. For you, this does not mean throwing gold in the streets. It means building a visible track record of value, projects, skills, businesses, or generosity that make people talk about you when you are not in the room. Another part of Mansa Musa's strategy was what he built at home. After his pilgrimage, he brought back architects and scholars from places like Cairo and Mecca and used them to transform cities, such as Timbuktu and Gao. He financed mosques, universities, and libraries. Timbuktu became a world-class center of learning, where thousands of students studied theology, law, astronomy, and more. This is the fourth principle. invest in knowledge infrastructure. Mansa Musa understood that long-term power does not come just from gold in a vault. It comes from educated people, strong institutions, and ideas that outlive any one ruler. Today, that translates into investing in your own education, your children's education, and in assets that increase the skill level around you. A degree is not the only form of education. Courses, books, mentors, and masterminds are modern versions of the universities he built. Underneath all of this was a simple economic engine. Mali controlled gold mines, tax trade, and developed agriculture along the Niger River. Gold was a headline, but food and basic goods were the foundation. Mansa Musa did not try to build wealth from thin air. He monetized what his land already had and multiplied it with trade. This is the fifth principle. Start with your natural advantage. Your gold mine might be your profession, your location, your language, or your network. Instead of wishing you were born somewhere else, ask what people around you already pay for and how you can become the one who supplies, organizes, or connects it. Most fortunes are built not from exotic ideas, but from doing ordinary things at an extraordinary scale and consistency. There is also a darker side that must be acknowledged. Part of Mansa Musa's wealth, like many empires of his era, came from systems you would now consider unjust: forced labor, conquest, and hierarchy. Understanding this matters because it separates what you should copy from what you should reject. The sixth principle, therefore, is that wealth built on exploitation is unstable. History shows that empires built purely on domination eventually crumble, and the suffering they cause echoes for generations. Modern wealth building must respect ethics. Fair pay, honest contracts, transparent value. You can learn from his vision, scale, and use of resources without copying the injustice. True forbidden wealth in this age is not secret cruelty. It is combining old power principles with modern integrity. So what can you actually do with all of this? First, think like a king about territory. Your territory might be digital: a YouTube channel, an audience, an email list, or a software platform. It might be physical: rental properties, farmland, a local logistics network. The key is to own or control the road others must travel to do business, the way Mansa Musa controlled trade routes and rivers. Second, build systems and people, not just personal hustle. Mansa Musa's wealth ran on administrators, soldiers, traders, scholars, and farmers. In modern terms, that means building teams, using automation, outsourcing, and partnerships, so your income is not limited to your personal hours. If your entire business stops when you stop, you do not have an empire. You have a job with extra steps. Third, invest in signal moments that upgrade your reputation. His pilgrimage to Mecca was extreme, but the pattern remains. Do work so significant that others must update how they see you. That could be publishing a powerful book, launching a standout product, funding a community project, or mastering a visible skill. Visibility plus credibility pulls opportunities toward you instead of you chasing them. Fourth, never stop investing in knowledge and culture. Mansa Musa built learning centers that attracted the brightest minds of his time. In a world where AI, technology, and global competition move fast, the people who keep learning and who create spaces for others to learn will control the future. The books you read, the courses you take, the rooms you enter, all of these are your modern Timbuktu. Finally, remember the lesson hidden in the maps. Before Mansa Musa, much of Africa was a blank space to European cartographers. After him, Mali and its golden king appeared as a symbol of unimaginable wealth. The people who control wealth reshape how the world is drawn, politically, economically, and even spiritually. You may not redraw global maps, but you can redraw the map of your family. You do that by mastering position, leverage, public proof, knowledge, natural advantages, and ethics. You stop thinking like a powerless subject and start thinking like a builder of systems, like a careful steward of resources, like someone whose decisions today can echo 100 years from now. Mansa Musa's story is not a call to worship a historical billionaire. It is an invitation to ask, if an African king could build legendary wealth with rivers, caravans, and handwritten ledgers, what could you build with the tools, information, and opportunities you have in your hands right now? If you are serious about unlocking your own forbidden wealth, comment, "I'm building my empire" below, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss the next episode on the hidden money rules of kings, scriptures, and millionaires.